Hello everyone, and welcome to the Best of 2019. It's our annual tradition here on ScottyMeLad to take a look back at some of our favorite video games, TV shows, and movies. We're like the Video Game Awards, just a few months late, and we don't have Jeff Keighley. Oh, so we're like an early year E3. Anyway, here are our top video games of 2019. I must say, despite the plethora of games that released this year that I had been excited for, many of them didn't meet my expectations. Death Stranding, it's ambitious, but not engaging enough for me. The Walking Dead, the Telltale series, one of my favorite companies and games, it ended. And I was happy to see the story close, but again, I felt unsatisfied and it lacked engagement. And it lacked expectation, especially compared to how good that first episode in the final season was. And the whole Telltale thing is a hot mess anyway that hopefully we'll talk about one day. Then there are some critical darlings. The Outer Wilds or Disco Elysium that just didn't wow me like the games of the past few years did. Don't get me wrong, all the games I've shown or mentioned so far are really, really great. And compared to some of the flops this year, we are lucky to have such solid entries and fresh ideas in some of our favorite franchises and to get new franchises. So with all of that said, what's my game of the year for 2019? It's a tough one, but I'd have to say Heave Ho. Heave Ho is a small $10 game published by Devolver Digital and created by Le Cartel Studio. This bite-sized game of grabbing and swinging and puzzling with your friends is hands down some of the most fun I've ever had with a video game. On a whim, a friend of mine recommended it to me, and we played through the first half of it in an afternoon. My hands hurt from the frantic gripping my character had to do, and my face hurt so much from our continuous laughter. I've been wanting engagement from these games in 2019. I got it with this one. Now, you can play alone with 2 people or up to 4 players. And after the one fantastic session I had, I was worried that I'd have less fun going through the same levels again with another group of friends. However, it couldn't be further from the truth. Much like a well-designed board game or a stellar movie, Heave Ho is a delightful experience, and despite knowing what could come next, it's enjoyable every time. The goofy art style, easy controls, but challenging levels, and the seductive nature of, yeah, we could complete the level, or I could hilariously screw over my friends and make them start over again. You get a lot of that energy when you play this game, no matter how good of a person you are. Heave Ho blends into an original and unique game that impressed me the most this year, and I highly recommend it. Hey mommy, I brought you in because I realized we filmed your best of TV and movie, but we forgot to film your video game. What was your favorite video game of 2019?
I don't think I had one.
Well, I mean, you played games that you enjoyed, right? There's got to be one.
Well, yeah, let's see. There's that one that it's like Tetris, but it's like that wood thing. I'll play it all the time.
Wait, Tetris Effect.
What?
Tetris Effect, the one that like you can wear on the VR.
Yeah, that's true. There is that one.
But you're not. That's not what you're talking about.
No, I'm talking about the other one. That's called, I think it's called Woody.
Oh, on your phone.
Yes.
Oh, I don't know when that came out though.
Okay.
So I don't know.
Does that even count?
That might not count for a 2019 game.
Okay.
But there's other stuff like you like the Goose game.
It was okay. Yeah.
You like the Star Wars game. Okay.
Well, not so much.
Well, the Video Game Awards, they technically gave their best VR game to Beat Saber.
Okay, now we're talking. Yep, ding ding ding, we have a winner. I love Beat Saber.
Yeah, and they're still
I'm pretty good at it too.
You are. And they're still making stuff for it. So yeah, I guess it's Beat Saber for you.
I guess so.
Apex Legends, this game is like when you used to go play paintball with your friends. Your mom would drive you all to Paintball Zone and you'd spend most of the day there playing whatever game modes, maps, and teammates they decided to inflict upon you. Can we restart it? Because it was so fast. I didn't realize how fast it was. This game is like when you used to go play paintball with your friends. In your kid brain, you think you're a god, when in reality, you crack under the intense pressure of fire raining down on you, and older kids/men decimate you and your friends most of the day. But once or twice, you and your band of brothers might come together for a truly harrowing match and come out of the other side victorious and feeling changed forever. Each of you tells the match from your perspective as if you're all grizzled veterans while gathered around one of the grimy paintball zone lunch tables eating pizza. You feel like war heroes. Then you lose the next 4 matches and your mom picks you up before it gets dark, but all you and your new blood brothers will remember, and tell with much embellishment to everyone else, are your glorious victories, scant though they were. So of course, when you get home, you'll buy a camo, or a new face mask, or a gas-powered, magazine-fed paintball gun. You're a veteran paintballer now. You gotta have the gear to show it. Of course, you'll buy a membership at the paintball place and get infinite paintballs and CO2 refills. You go a few more times, less friends this time, who cares? You don't need them, you're just slowing the real squad down. All you need is the squad, and of course you'll buy all the membership within the membership to access more paintball challenges. You need to unlock all the prizes that scum paintball zone master keeps locked in his office. You and your friends now live at Paintball Zone. You're there all the time. You mash through other kids' birthday parties like oversaturated rice. You're on the grind, and finally you beat all the challenges you paid for. But wait! Sing-songs the Paintball Zone master in front of his decrepit office trailer. There's one last hidden challenge for you to beat. As the trailer door slowly creaks open, you enter the damp lair that reeks of stale beer, and before you stands a golden slot machine. You steal money from your parents' debit cards at the ATM. You don't even play paintball anymore. You and your friends just go to the trailer and take turns pulling on the machine's extravagant gilded lever. Your eyes become adjusted to the darkness and your skin becomes sallow. Finally, after a summer of chance and surprise mechanics, you win! You finally won! Horns blow from the machine and confetti falls in a sad trickle from the ceiling. Tears streak down your face, but you don't notice them. Here's your reward! It's an aesthetic-only axe that you can only see when you run without your weapon. Apex Legends is a lot like paintball, and I like it.
Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order is my favorite game of 2019. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order surprised me as a game, not just because of how amazing of a work it was, but because of my experience with the game. As a game, it is one of the most frustrating experiences I've ever had. On a technical level, this game felt like a PlayStation 2 game that they tried to remaster for the current gen. Those of you who have played understand what I'm talking about. There is this very odd relationship between like the player putting in their commands and playing the game, and the visuals, and this, I can only describe it as like laggy kind of look behind the game just trying to process itself. There were a lot of times where I would be cursing out loud to myself, dying over and over again. It was for reasons not related to anything like with my skill as somebody who plays games, but technical issues. While you would think that that would keep me from playing the game, it really didn't, because, man, I am a victim of the Star Wars machine. As Scotty once put it in a casual conversation he and I had together, just when you think you've escaped the Star Wars empire, Star Wars just force pulls you right back in. What kept me playing this game was this desire to live out the dream that Disney sells to us as the audience. It is wanting to live out that dream of living in the world and the galaxy of Star Wars, you know, being an integral part of the battle against evil and the dark side. And damn if this game didn't deliver in all spades in that aspect. So far, Fallen Order is the only Star Wars game experience that has really made me feel like a Jedi. There is this wonderful blend of genuine heart and story and character. It didn't matter how frustrated I was. It didn't matter that I couldn't customize my character to my own liking. It didn't matter that, you know, later on in the game, I felt there was a dissonance between the game design and the story's direction, being this blend of Uncharted and Tomb Raider and Dark Souls, I guess, telling this story from the best parts of the Star Wars franchise just really, really resonated with me. It was an experience in both video games and in Star Wars that I feel I've really missed, and I'm really grateful that I got to experience all of that. And here's hoping that going forward, Respawn Entertainment can create more solid entries in what I can only hope is going to be a whole plethora of Star Wars Jedi video games.